Missions, achievements, goals. Whatever you want to call them, video games often have plenty of things for you to strive for, promising that ever-elusive serotonin as your reward for completing difficult tasks. One game in particular, though, has a mission so hard, so obtuse, so seemingly impossible, that it is believed no actual human has ever completed it legitimately. The game in question is one Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, the official, simulator, kinda, for everyone's favorite game to hate on. And no, I'm not talking about a mission to read every pendulum card. In the lifetime mission category, you can find some of the most difficult tasks in the game, such as activating 3,000 cards of a certain type, reach the top rank on the competitive ladder, and even mistranslated missions that make the task you need to perform unclear. But by far the most difficult mission is actually the most simple. Increase your duelist level to 50. Wait, really? So what's the big deal? You play the game a lot and level up, right? Well, it's not quite that simple. See, you gain experience by completing duels, either in solo mode or on the ranked ladder. Obviously, both wins and losses in ranked will award more XP than wins and losses in solo mode, and you don't get XP for surrendering. This is good because it discourages loading into games and immediately forfeiting to farm XP. Not that anyone would actually do that, but you'll see what I mean later. Basically, you have to play the game to earn XP, which makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is how much XP you get. Let's look at our experience bar. Well, I can see my level clearly, but there's no percentage or value attached to my actual XP, so really I don't know how much I have or even need to get to the next level. So then, how much XP do I get from winning a ranked game? Oh dear. So here's the biggest issues with this system. Not only am I unaware at all times of how much XP I'm getting, I also can barely tell that I'm gaining XP because so little is given even for a ranked win. I may not be able to attribute a specific number to the amount of XP I gain, but even I can tell it's pitifully small. It's not that you have to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! To reach level 50, you have to play more Yu-Gi-Oh! Than any given person is physically capable of to reach level 50. Let's put some context into this. As you can see, I am level 35 in the clip we just saw. At the time I recorded this clip, I had over 1,800 hours logged on Steam alone. Some quick maths tells you I need over 51 hours of playtime, or just over 2 full days for each level I have. Obviously, it's not exactly right, since the experience formula is probably exponential, but the point is that it's taken way too long to reach even a fraction of the max level. My friend Eon, who is hopelessly addicted to this game, has almost 1,200 hours and is only level 36. This Redditor is level 41, with only 2,200 hours on record. Most players who competed in the World Championship in 2023 barely cracked level 30. Fewer still got above 40. If even the players who no-life this game aren't capable of completing this mission, how would this be possible for a humble grass toucher such as myself? Well, luckily, I'm not just a trading card enthusiast. I am also a gamer. An MMO gamer who knows how to min-max, optimize, and mindlessly do the same task over and over again for minimal reward. The first thing to figure out when trying to maximize XP gain is determining the formula used for XP. Now, this is going to get a little math heavy, so stay with me. So I wasn't able to find literally any source about this online, and it appears no one has bothered to actually figure out the formula. So I did what any sane person would do and put a ruler to my monitor to do the math myself. Hey, if it works for Jan, it works for me. But actually no. My results were inconclusive at best, probably because I held a ruler to my monitor, and I still have no idea how XP is determined. Some people say that these arbitrary points at the end of a duel are a factor in how much XP you get, but I have my doubts about that too. For one, you don't see these points in solo mode, which also gives XP, and two, these points are already used to determine the random rewards at the end of a game, and my gamer senses tell me it would be strange for them to also count towards the unrelated XP mechanic. I mean, sure, it's possible, since we have no idea what the XP formula is, but there's also no clear evidence supporting this that I could find. That being said, there does appear to be some fluctuations in how much XP you get after each game. I hypothesize that the XP you get from finishing games is actually a set value, and is then modulated either randomly or on some hidden value like player elo or the ID of the first card in your extra deck, I don't know. That's just my gamer intuition, I may be completely off base. Okay, let's step back for a minute. Why am I so invested in this that I'm putting a ruler to my computer screen? What's the point of trying so hard? What reward would be worth the effort? For those of you wondering, the reward for getting to level 50 is a single legacy pack ticket. Seriously. The only reward is the satisfaction knowing time that could have been spent cultivating relationships and enriching your community has instead been spent beating self-TK bots in ranked. This is in contention for the biggest issue of the level system. It might as well just not be there. The rewards are so minimal and the time to get there is so long that there really isn't any incentive whatsoever to keep track of your levels. I'm pretty sure after the first 10 or so levels, most players don't even remember that levels are a thing in the game. It's actually disappointing in a way. But despite this, we have a goal, and if we want to get to level 50 and complete every mission in the game, we've got to see this through regardless of rewards. So to recap, we know we gain XP from completing duels, we get more for ranked and wins than solo and losses, and the level progression system is not linear, though we can't confirm if it's strictly exponential since we have no values to work with. Wow, that's really it. We don't even know if 50 is the max level. I assumed it was because it's the last level listed on a mission, but if I can summon from the grave more than 3,000 times, who's to say I can't level past 50? Okay, with bots we can confirm 50 is the cap, but honestly given how little we know about levels, I wouldn't be surprised to find a level 51 account. But let's say for the sake of argument, I really want to finish the mission and get to level 50. Is there an optimal strategy? Well, kind of. Since the only thing we know for sure is that we want to win a bunch of games to maximize our XP gain, the winning strategy is to use a deck that can win quickly. But outside of that, there's really no guidance on this. An FTK deck might seem optimal, but you need to win the coin toss for going first, get a good opening hand, have an opponent with a bad opening hand, and spend a long time setting up your board that could be spent winning more games. Well, what about an OTK? Something like Numeron can close games super fast, right? Again, there are problems. Maybe your opponent makes you go first. Maybe they have a 30-minute combo you have to sit through first. Maybe they have enough board presence to invalidate your strategy. Or maybe they're just going to waste all your time reading your cards and making you wait. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a generally fast game. What if I just play like Math next? Decent setup going first, OTK potential going second, just use a generically good deck to farm for levels. Sure, you can do that, but if you're just playing a meta deck like you usually would be in ranked, how is that any more efficient than before we were trying to get to level 50? At the end of the day, it turns out the most optimal deck is just whatever you already play. Think about it. The deck you can win with the most and win the fastest with is the deck you are the most familiar with. Except the Arctic players, they can't win even with perfect knowledge. I'm allowed to say that because I have the U-word pass. But this answer isn't fun. If you want to make a deck for this mission, I would recommend Blind Second Cyber Dragons. Easy to clear boards and hit hard, plus you can make a substantial board if your opponent makes you go first. And that's pretty much it. If you were paying attention for the whole video, you now know everything there currently is to know about XP and Master Duel. And please don't do this to yourself and try to get to level 50. Over the course of making this video, I haven't gained a single level on my account, and it really is not worth it, even if you could get to 50. The game has been out for almost 2 years as of this video, and even the most dedicated players can barely crack 40. This mission is effectively impossible to complete for any normal human, but no one cares because it's ultimately inconsequential. But hey, I'm known for doing the impossible. I'll keep trying to finish the last lifetime mission, and when I do, you can bet I'll make a video about that. Until then, just keep having fun. Okay, as I was editing, there's been an update. I have a contact at Konami, can't say who has informed me that the Legacy Pack ticket is actually rigged and will always reward a maximum gold rare Crooked Cook